We're going to start in a supine position, like this. Have your heels a little bit closer to your sit bones than you would normally, because we're going to use a shoulder bridge to finish warming up the muscles at the back. Okay, so just feel that natural shape of your spine. Make sure the pelvis, again, is not tilting backwards. It just feels in a really nice, settled, strong and natural position. So the very, very lower section where your bottom is nice and secure on the floor, and you've just got a little gap under your lumbar. Take a few nice deep wide breaths. Remember, we don't want a cushion under our heads for this one. We need to keep the head nice and flat. Have your arms wherever you feel it allows the shoulders to open more. And as you exhale with the abdominals connected, you rock the hips forward so the tail comes off the mat, and then come back to where you were. Exhale, rock the hips. That's it. So give that little pelvic tilt. And tilt. Now you're going to do your pelvic tilt, and you're going to start unpeeling, coming up into your shoulder bridge position. Make sure you're really kind of pressing into the feet, and that's allowing you to lift up into this straight line, and it releases the hip flexors as well here, so they're nice and lengthened. And then you roll yourselves back down, imprinting every vertebra, of course, until you get the very lowest section on the floor and you find neutral. So we're going to do 4 more. You can either just come up like this with your arms by your sides, or as you come up, you can take the arms overhead. Have them a little bit wide and keep them resting on the floor on the way down. And then bring them back at the last moment. So if you're a little bit tight in any area of the back, you might want to keep the arms by your sides at first, so you're not overly straining. Also, if you're a little bit tight through the fronts of the shoulders, you might want to keep your arms down. Otherwise, if you do reach them up, they come up as you come into that bridge. Have them a little bit wide so you can roll down quite comfortably. And bring the arms down. We've got one more time to go. Exhale, tilt, and keep breathing nice and slowly on the way up. Arms are down or up. And then you roll yourselves all the way back down again. And release. Okay, just take the feet just slightly further away so you feel that the thighs are nice and relaxed now. We'll do a little bit of control and strength. As you exhale, lift one leg into tabletop. And then as you exhale, lift the second leg to join it. So you can have the legs together or slightly apart. And first of all, we extend the legs straight up to the ceiling. You take them up as much as you can and bend them again. Exhale up. Inhale, bend. Try and get that nice length through the backs of the legs. Now this can really stretch out the hamstrings. If you're a little bit tight, it's going to be a little bit challenging for you. You can take the legs further away, which would be less stressful for the hamstrings, but of course more stressful for your centre. Make sure that you're not shortening at the back of the waist. So I'm going to go through a few little options for this movement. We're taking it nice and slowly and controlled. Now, another option is to lift the head off the floor, lift the shoulders, nod the chin into the chest so you're looking to your thighs. If you need your hands to support your head, that's fine, with the elbows within your peripheral vision, or your arms are just floating. And you take the legs wherever you choose. Exhale slowly, inhale back, exhale away, inhale back, and 3 more. No change in your centre. If your head is lifted, the back of the waist is just gently lengthened to the floor, just grazing the mat. And just give me 2 more. Tips of the scapula touching the mat, looking at your thighs. Last one, and just hug them in. From here we place the feet back on the floor, and we're going to be lifting the hips again. Now this is not a shoulder bridge where we gradually unpeel. What we are going to do is push into the feet and just lift the hips up, and they come straight back down. So pushing into those feet, and think of sending like the kneecaps away from your shoulders as you come up. So we're just coming up. So you'll find that you squeeze the buttocks automatically, and you should feel it around the tops of the legs as well. Now we have another option. As you come up, lift one leg to tabletop and down. Exhale, lift and down. Exhale, up. Inhale, lower. And down. And down. And up. And down. One more on each side. Up. And down. And lift. And lower. Now you can do another set of exactly the same thing, either just lifting the pelvis, keeping both feet on the floor, lifting the pelvis, taking up one leg at a time, or we lift up, we lift one leg and we hold it there. The leg extends to the ceiling, and then it comes down and up 5 times, and lift just below the line of that other knee. 2 more, keep the hips lifted, 1 more, and up, and come down, and release, and lift, and extend. Here we go for 5, and lift, and nice straight leg, and 3, 2 more, 1 more, up, bring it in, bring it down, and lower. Lengthen along the floor, take the arms overhead, but try not to let that back release too much, and keep the abdominals in, and just flex the feet and push the fingertips and the heels away from each other.